Okay, so in this video I'm going to go through log equations. Now log equations are something like this. So let's say we have 3 to the power of x equals to 80. Now we need to find what log is, what x is, okay? So what you do log of, so let's say log base 10 of 3 to the x equals to log base 10 of 80. Now I know I wrote log base 10, so in future log base 10 of something, I'm going to just write it as log, okay? In your calculator you should have a button called log, and that represents log base 10. So in the future I'm not going to write this anymore, the base 10, but I'll write it for this question just to get used to it. So if we now look at this, so on this side I have log base 10 of 3 to the x, so I can put this x at the front using the power law. So that means x log base 10 of 3 equals to log base 10 of 8. Okay, now x equals to log base 10 of 80 divided by log base 10 of 3. So that's the answer. You can plug this into the calculator and it will give you the answer. So let's do one more question. I'll make it a little bit more complicated here. Okay, so now on I'm not going to write this base 10, so in fact I'm just going to rub it off here so it won't get confused. So if I just write log, you can just assume it's base 10. Okay, so that's how the calculator works. So we're going to just keep the same principle all the way through. Okay, so let's do a slightly more complicated question. So let's say we have let's say we have 2 to the 2x minus 1 equals 3 to the x plus 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take logs for both sides. So log 2 to the 2x minus 1 equals log 3 to the x plus 2. Okay, so now that's same as 2x minus 1 log 2, and this is same as x plus 2 times log 3. So all I'm doing is using the power law to bring these powers down. Okay, so now what we can do is we can open these brackets. Okay, so 2x times log 2 is just 2x log 2 minus 1 times log 2 is just minus log 2 equals x times log 3 is x log 3 plus 2 log 3. This is 2 times log 3. Okay, so we have expanded this logarithmic equation into 4 terms here. So now let's bring all the x terms to this side and all the number terms to that side. So 2x log 2 minus x log 3 equals to, let's bring that to this side, so it becomes 2 log 3 plus log 2. Okay, so all I've done is I just moved all the x terms to the left hand side and the number terms to the right hand side. Okay, so if I take x out of the bracket, so I get x bracket 2 log 2 minus log 3. So all I did is take this x and factorize it by x, and the rest of the terms are still here. And here you just write the same thing, nothing is changed here. Okay, you could put this 2 as a power if you want. Now x equals 2 log 3 plus log 2 divided by all that, which is 2 log 2 minus log 3, and that's the answer. So if you enter this into the calculator, you get the answer to this log equation. Now that's what log equations are. However, these can get complicated, and sometimes you can get a quadratic equation as well. So let's just quickly go through this example. So we have 2 to the 2x minus 1 equals 3 to the x plus 2. So that means log of that side is equal to log of that side. Because remember, if this is equal to that, you could take the log of the same thing. And now we've got 2x minus 1 times log 2, so I'll put the power at the front using the power law, and I did the same here. So x plus 2 at the front and log 3 remains here, and then open brackets, so 2x log 2 minus log 2 equals to x log 3 plus 2 log 3, and then I move the x terms to left hand side, so 2x log 2 minus x log 3 equals 2 log 3 plus log 2, I move the number term to that side, and then factorize by x, so x bracket 2 log 2 minus log 3, remember I took the x and x from those two out, and here nothing's changed, and then x equals to, if I divide this side by this bracket, and I get my final answer. I hope you understood that. I mean, all I've done is simple algebra throughout, and I used a couple of log rules at the beginning to break it down. Okay, so let's go to a quadratic equation now. Okay, so you can see in the A-level course, all we're doing is very simple maths, and we're trying to kind of make use of all the laws we learned from new topics, and then try and solve equations using those rules, and also quadratics. You probably notice quadratics are coming pretty much in every chapter, and quadratics, solving quadratics is a basic skill in maths, so that's why we keep seeing it. So now let's do a quadratic log equation. So let's say I have 3 to the x plus 1, 3 to the x plus 1 minus 26, 3 to the x, this is 26, and then minus 9 equal to 0. Okay, so what we do here, let's break this up. So this is same as 3 to the x times 3 to the 1. If I break it up, because 3 to the x plus 1 is same as 3 to the x minus 3 to the 1. So this is 26, 3 to the x minus 9 equals 0. So now I can rewrite this as 3 to the 1 is 3, so it would be 3 times 3 to the x minus 26, 3 to the x minus 9 equal to 0. Okay, so all we have here is a quadratic equation. So if you let y equals 3 to the x, okay, so the question was 2x here, so let me just put the 2 here. Okay, so if you let y equals to 3 to the x, so then this is 3y squared. Remember, 3 to the 2x is the same as 3 to the x to the 2. Okay, so it's 3 to the x squared. So 3y squared minus 26y minus 9 equal to 0. So all we have here is a quadratic equation, which is very easy to simplify. 3 times minus 9 is minus 27, and minus 27 plus 1 will be minus 27y plus y minus 9 equal to 0. So I'm just solving the quadratic here. If I take 3y out here, so it will be y minus 3. If I take y minus 9, sorry. If I take 1 here, it will be y minus 9 equal to 0. So what I get is y minus 9 bracket 3y plus 1 equal to 0. You can solve that directly. I just did the steps to show you how that's solved. Okay. So we have y equals to 9 or y equals to minus 1/3. So we have two potential solutions. So that means 3 to the x, because remember y is equal to 3 to the x, so 3 to the x equals to 9, or 3 to the x equals to minus 1/3. Now 3 to the powers cannot be a minus number, so therefore this is not possible. Okay, so this answer is not possible. So this is the actual solution. So that means 3 to the x equals 9. 9 is same as 3 squared. So 3 to the x equals 3 squared. So therefore x equals 2. And that is your solution. Okay? So I hope that's clear. So let's just go through this again just to clear up things. So we have 3 to the 2x plus 1 minus 26 3 to the x minus 9 equal to 0. So that means 3 to the 2x times 3 to the 1 minus 26 3 to the x minus 9 equal to 0. So that's same as 3 times 3 to the x minus 26 3 to the x minus 9 equal to 0. And then you let y equals to 3 to the x. So 3y squared minus 26y minus 9 equal to 0. So 3y squared minus 27y plus y minus 9 equal to 0. You factorize it, you get y minus 9, 3y plus 1 equal to 0. So that means y equals to 9 or y equals to minus 1/3. So that means 3 to the x equals 9 or 3 to the x equals minus 1/3, but it can't be minus. 3 to the power can't be a minus number, so that's not possible. So you carry on with this one, so 3 to the x equals 3 squared, therefore x equals to 2. Now that's how you solve a logarithmic equation. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be doing circles, equations of circles and coordinate geometry.